Good morning, Murder Church. Let's rock and roll and continue here with Wendy Adelson's testimony from Charlie Adelson's trial in 2023. Still got about an hour and a half of her, and it should be about perfect here this morning. We'll see what else is coming next. But yeah, welcome in here. Hit the like. Let's go.
Let's rock.
Good morning, the beautiful people of the Buzz Nation. Welcome in here, everybody. What's up, what's up, what's up? Everybody, hope everyone's had a good weekend. And hopefully everyone's going to have a good Sunday. A good way to start it out is right here on Murder Church. Watching Wendy Adelson squirm in the on the stand here. One thing I'm struggling with this morning is my allergies. My allergies are going crazy. My nose is going crazy. My eyes have been itchy and watery. I can feel the fall. I can feel the seasons changing is what I can feel. And it sucks. And it's a little too early for this anyways, if you ask me. We're not even out of August yet. We're one day away from getting out of August. And still got 20 days technically left of summer. And I know that I can already feel it here, that the weather is changing dramatically and drastically quickly. But we're going to work our way through it here. So I may be doing some pausing and taking myself off screen to blow my nose because it's bothering me right now. But welcome in here, everybody. Leah in the house. What's up? What's up? Jersey Jen in the house. Pokemon. Good morning, Shelly. Hope you're doing good. I know you've been doing a lot of work. Thank you so much, Shelly. I appreciate that. I got it trimmed up there a little bit. It took a while to get back here after the last trimming down phase here. Jersey Jen in the house. Tina in the house. What's up? What's up? Morning, guys. Morning, everybody. Yeah, we're going to be jumping right in here. We're going to be continuing from Tuesday, the stream when we were watching Wendy. Watched an hour 20, and we've still got about an hour and a half to go here. One thing we're also doing, we're going to continue the wheel. After we finish this wheel, which is currently for the goodies, we'll be going into a wheel that's going to be for a t-shirt. So everyone keep that in mind as well. If we finish here this morning, we'll see. Let me do a count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So yeah, we're through away from finishing that wheel before we get a t-shirt wheel ready to rock and roll. I've also got a video dropping today at 3:45, or excuse me, 4:45 Eastern on the Wrestle Plunge channel. I've got an appearance on Joe Schmo's channel today. It's his 1-year anniversary. I think Bob Mata's going to be on there, a few other folks. I think I'm going on there about 2:45-ish or so. And then tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern, I will be doing my live stream on the Wrestle Plunge channel for episode 17. Then we're working our way through 1989 of a Memphis wrestling promotion. So, hell yeah. Got a lot going on today here in the stream world. Shayla, good morning from Ireland. Hope you're doing good. Thank you for coming in here. Oh, God, Jersey Jen. Mine started 2 weeks ago, way too early. I know, mine's been doing it for a few days, but last night really got me, and this morning I can't get away from it. Right now, I'm going to blow. In a second, when we start immediately, I'm going to blow my nose. I hate it. And my eyes are going crazy, and I take a daily allergy pill. It's like the knockoff version of Claritin, which usually does the trick. But today, I don't freaking know, man. It is bothering me. Boom. Aspiring court reporters in the house this morning. Hope you're doing well. Good morning. Oh, I am off tomorrow. That is true. A 3-day weekend. Holy shit, I forgot about that. I was already anticipating, it's Sunday. Which Sunday to me is always a good day. I don't really give a shit. But still, even better when a Monday is actually going to be a Sunday because we're going to be off because of Labor Day. Boom. Let's go. I'm excited about that. Hell yeah. You just brightened up my morning immediately, Jen. Maybe I need to go to a name brand here this year because I am struggling. I took an extra pill last night hoping it would help, and I don't think it did, man. Right now, I can't even use my left nostril. I can't even, oh my God. All right, let's get in here. Thanks everyone for hanging out. I appreciate it. Let's continue to watch Wendy squirm together. We're doing it. Last night I went and watched the new Toxic Avenger If anybody wants to go see a really fun, crazy movie in the theaters, which is unbelievable that movie is in the theaters, guys. Anybody that watched the original Toxic Avenger that night on Feral Friday, it's a completely remade movie, but the heart of it is still there. Like this guy, it's a love letter to trauma style movies, but it's really cool. It's really sweet. Peter Dinklage kills his role in the movie. Kevin Bacon makes a really good villain in it. It's a great movie. It was really fun. Me and Dan went and watched it last night. Let's get in here, folks. Picking back up where we left off. Oh my God. Teresa, morning.
Sure.
Oh my Lord. Eyes, dude. What's happening? Oh, I'm glad to hear you've had a busy summer. Hopefully a good summer as well, Sarah.
Let me know when you're done. Okay. Okay.
So did he say in that voicemail that he left you what his plans were in regards to the gym that day?
He did.
What exactly did he say about the gym?
About the gym, he said, I'm going to be at the gym probably between 9:15 and 10:30, but I'm happy to chat or meet with you. Maybe we can go for a walk at school or something like that. Let me know.
Okay. So that particular voicemail doesn't sound very emotionally abusive. Would you agree with that?
No, by this point in time, we were parenting really well and we were doing just fine.
We're doing great. You're on.
Move to strike.
I'll strike the comment, Your Honor. Did you talk to your brother on the day of your ex-husband's murder?
I did.
And about what time of day did you speak to him?
It would have been right after the repair guys were there, because that's when I called him to tell him, ask him whether I should get the TV repaired or buy a new TV. So It would have been morning.
How long did you talk to him?
I don't remember.
Does 18 minutes sound incorrect?
That sounds reasonable.
Okay. Did you talk to him about other things other than just the TV?
I really don't remember what else I talked to him about, but probably. Maybe I would have asked him about his work, or we would have chatted.
Did you happen to mention Dan Markel's plans to go to New York the next day?
I don't see why I would have.
Did you have WhatsApp on your phone at that time?
I don't know if in 2014 I had WhatsApp. Now we use it for all the parent chats at school, so everybody seems to have it, but I don't know if everybody had it back in 2014.
What is WhatsApp?
WhatsApp is kind of an app you would use for...
I think it's coming, Sheila. Honestly, I think she is going to be arrested immediately after Donna's trial. Like, I think it's going to be fairly quickly that we're going to be like, oh, here we go again.
Texting.
Do you know if your brother Charlie had it at that time?
Oh my
I have
God,
no idea
Tina,
if he had it
I'm
at that
dying.
time.
Did you ever communicate with Charlie through WhatsApp?
Maybe. I mean, I don't know. If I had it at that time or if I had it later, I probably would have.
Just not sure.
Yeah,
Did you have any contact of any kind with Catherine Magbanua on the day of Dan Markel's murder?
No.
Did you ever communicate with her through WhatsApp?
No, I never communicated with her at all.
All right, let's talk about, well, you communicated with her on the beach.
I saw her in person, but I'm saying I never texted with her, called her. I never communicated via a device other than in person.
Okay. What about when you were talking to your brother? Did she ever get on the phone and speak to you?
I don't think so.
Okay. I want to talk about where you went when you left your residence on the day of the murder. You tried to turn on to Trescott, and then you ended up where?
I went, I was supposed to go to a party that night, a Stock the Bar party, so I went to a liquor store to pick up what they had asked for as the present for their party. So I went to the liquor store, I picked up the alcohol, I stopped, I think I got gas, and then I went to lunch to meet my friends.
And the liquor store purchase appears to have occurred at 12:49 based on the receipt. Do you have any reason to dispute that timing?
No, that sounds right.
Okay, and then from there to the restaurant?
Yes.
And where was the restaurant located?
Mosaic.
Sheila, thanks for that share. Appreciate that. Also, Shelly, thanks for the share. And Jay shared me out. I saw Jay went live last night for the first time in a long time watching some of this Adelson stuff, which is really freaking cool. God, I was at the movies last night, so I didn't get to watch that live, but I may try to peep some of that just to get a little bit of that old school Jay vibe. Love Jay, man.
I actually don't remember. I just remember I would go north on Thomasville Road.
All right.
And so it was,
And is the restaurant where law enforcement came to speak with you and you ended up going with them to the police station, right?
that's correct.
Do you agree or disagree that there have been some financial benefits to you and your boys as a result of Dan's death?
I disagree.
When did you decide to change the names of your children from Markel to Adelson?
So after
up,
Danny's
Daddy
murder, there was a
Shortnuts?
lot of news. It
Simi?
just hit the media, and there were news stories everywhere. And Nancy Grace on CNN put pictures of my
Brooklyn, a lot of beautiful people popping in this morning. Appreciate it, guys. Appreciate it. Boom. Jersey Jen gonna get a number, get a spot on the wheel with a dollar holla. Thank you, Jen. I appreciate that. Carrie coming through. All the beautiful people.
boys with their faces unblurred, just pictures of them. And I was terrified. And so when they started school, I started school with my last name, thinking that would keep them safe, that they wouldn't be associated with the murder.
Wasn't the Adelson name in the press? Just
It
as
was
much
not in
as
the press.
Markel?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Do you agree that you legally changed the kids' names on July 6th of 2015?
That sounds right.
So it was actually a year after the homicide.
A year after.
Oh shit, my bad. Let me fix her name here, Leah. Thanks. Good call. Good call.
When was the last time you talked to your mom? Did you talk to her today, yesterday?
I talked to her yesterday.
In her emails, and we referenced one of them while you've been here on the stand, she talks about you giving performances and playing roles. Did you discuss anything about what you would do here today in court with your mother?
No.
Were you involved in any way in the plot to kill your ex-husband?
Absolutely not.
Did you know it was going to happen, but maybe not know the details?
I knew nothing.
Is that why you went to the crime scene on the day of the homicide?
I did not go to the crime scene on the day of the homicide.
Do you know who all was involved in the murder?
Well, I learned today, but at the time, no.
Okay. Have you ever privately confronted your brother about his role or possible role in the murder?
My attorney has advised me not to have conversations with anyone in my family about the case.
But you had a close relationship with your brother at the time of the murder, right?
I absolutely had a close relationship with my brother.
And how soon after the murder did your lawyer advise you not to talk to your family about it?
In 2016.
Okay, so what about the 2 years in between? Did you talk to him about it then?
I mean, I talked to him about the fact that a murder occurred, but I guess I don't understand the question.
But you never talked to him about the suspicions you raised in the law enforcement interview that your brother might have done it.
No, I did not.
You suspected your brother could have been a part of this, right?
I suspected lots of people could have been a part of it.
But he was one of the people, right?
While I was talking with law enforcement for 6 hours, terrified out of my mind, I offered them every possible idea I could come up with.
Right, and one of the possible ideas was that your brother could have murdered your child's father.
I didn't
right?
really believe that was possible.
That's not the question.
Was part of the plot for you to be able to have plausible deniability about this?
Absolutely not.
Is it better for both you and your brother if you don't know the details of this?
I don't even understand the question that you're
For
asking.
anybody that's in here that either, if you're already membered up, fuck yeah. If you're not membered up, look at the dank-ass emojis that I've got in here for this trial. I've got a Charlie puzzle piece, if you know, you know, from Rashbaum's opening statement. I've got a Prison Charlie emoji and a Devil Donna emoji, guys.
Asking me.
When did you first become aware that you might be a suspect in this case?
God, my nose is down.
I mean, as the ex-wife, I assumed I was a suspect from the beginning.
What was your first thought when you were asked if anyone might have murdered Dan Markell for your benefit?
I thought, oh my God, maybe if I hadn't divorced him, he would still be alive. Maybe this is my fault because I complained to the wrong person. Maybe Danny gave a student a bad grade and they came after him. I just was trying to think of who possibly could have wanted to hurt him.
But you didn't say any of that before. I mean, the first thing you said was Charlie, right?
I don't think so.
Page 25 of your interview, line 5 through 15. Do you have any reason to dispute? Page 25, not 5 hours into it. You say Charlie might have done it, right?
Can I see, please?
You may. This is going to be tab 1, page 25.
Oh, God, I am dying, guys. Oh, that would be a good one, too. I need to try to make that one.
What I say here is that he would never do it. Right under the highlighted part, I say no, he would never.
Page 25.
I see why Jay called him Chuckles,
line-
though. He isn't able to control his face or his literal laughter in his murder trial. On Tuesday, I was quite blown away by that, honestly. It's a very serious situation, and Charlie's over here chuckling it up, laughing it up,
5
having a good old time.
through 15. I mean, my brother, the one, his name is Charlie, the one I'm really close to. He makes a lot of jokes in that taste, and it was a joke he made. He bought the TV for me this morning that got broken, and then I was talking to him about whether it made sense to pay or fix it, or whether I should get a new one. And it was always his joke that,
Yeah,
like,
thank
he
you.
knew that Danny always treated me badly. And it was always his joke. He said, I looked into hiring a hitman and it was cheaper to get you this TV, so instead I got you this TV. And you do say
One away
you don't
from a
think he would do
wheel.
it, but can we agree you brought up his name on page 25 of the interview?
I did.
When asked, would you ever ask someone to do something like this? You say not in a million years. When asked, okay, do you think someone would do this for your benefit without asking you? You say no. And when Isom starts to ask you what good does it serve, you say, I mean my brother, the one, his name is Charlie. Isn't that how it went?
This is the transcript, but I think there's also inaccuracies in the transcription.
Oh boy. All right.
Love you, Leah. Thank you so much.
Do you want the culpable parties held accountable for murdering the father of your children?
Absolutely, I'm grateful they're already in jail.
But not if it's your family.
It's not my family.
I mean, somebody hired them, right?
Not necessarily.
Somebody paid them.
I learned something this morning.
Yeah, me too. You didn't want them held accountable if it was your family members. Didn't you tell law enforcement that?
That's not what I told law enforcement.
What did you tell law enforcement?
God, this would be the perfect time if I had the old bell. Ring the bell! Ding, ding, ding!
I told them that the person who did this should be held responsible and that I had nothing to do with it.
It's spicy
Page
here.
122, lines 7 through 12. If somebody tried to kill my ex-husband, they should be prosecuted to the full extent of the law. The investigator says regardless of who it is, and your answer is, I mean, it would be different if I thought it were my brother.
But I don't think it was my family, is what I
Different
said.
now, isn't it?
No, it's not different. That's exactly
different
what I
today,
said
isn't
right
it?
here. No, that's not
No
right.
further questions.
Dude, Georgia coming at her with a knife, with a through the throat. Bam, bitch. Crash bomb. What do you got, bud?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Ms. Adelson, we've met before, right?
Yes,
We've met 2 or 3 times in our life, right?
that's correct.
We initially met in 2016 after the arrest of the killers in this case.
Yeah, this was very hard to stop watching on Tuesday. I was like, man, so good.
That's correct.
During that meeting, we had no conversation whatsoever about the substance of this case, right?
That's correct.
We met again in April of 2022 on the day that your brother was arrested, correct?
Correct.
You were at your parents' house and we were figuring out where he was, right?
That's right.
Again, nothing was discussed about the case other than his arrest.
Correct.
In fact, before right now, we have never discussed your testimony at all.
Correct.
Okay. With that in mind, let me ask you the most important question. You're aware that the state has named you as an unindicted co-conspirator in the murder of your ex-husband, right?
Correct.
They believe that you, along with your brother, along with your mom, along with your dad,
She's going to be arrested immediately.
conspired
after
with
Donna's
those
trial,
3
guys.
killers, including Katie Magbanawal.
I believe that.
They believe you all conspired with them to kill your ex-husband. You understand that, right?
I understand that that is what they believe.
You understand they put up a chart in their opening with pictures of all of you.
Yes, I saw the chart.
Ms. Adelson, did you have anything to do with the murder of your brother, of your ex-husband?
Absolutely not.
It's fair to say the state has it wrong.
Absolutely.
Were you in a conspiracy with any members of your family to kill Professor Markel?
No.
Okay, with that starting point, let's get into your background a little bit. I'm going to try to skip through stuff that's already been done. Growing up, you're
Boom, that's a
pretty-
wheel right there. Thanks to Jersey Gin this morning. Thank you, Jen. I appreciate the hell out of that. Bada bing, bada boom. Got a wheel ready to go. Actually, okay, Jen, I'm actually going to start the new wheel with that one, if you don't mind, because I did miss one from 10:26, 4 minutes ago. Kathy came through the Venmo machine, and I missed this, and I apologize. She said, good morning, lurking in the background, doing chores. 4:20. Thank you so much, Kathy, for coming through here. I'm going to get you on as the last spot on that wheel, and then I'm going to get Jersey Gin as the first spot on the new wheel, which is going to be for a t-shirt on that one. So the one that we'll spin this morning that Kathy just finished is going to be for the magnets, the Hell Yeah magnet, the Murder Church magnet, the coaster, and a Publicly Buzzed sticker, and then I will... the new Will Gin will start with the shirt. So thank you guys so much. I really appreciate the hell out of that, guys. Rocking some Will this morning, baby. Thank y'all.
close with your parents.
Yes.
Fair to say they were middle class.
Yes.
You went to a public high school.
I did.
You did pretty well in high school, right?
I was valedictorian.
But around a year or
I don't mean to
two
toot my own
before you went
horn.
to college, your father was a victim of a Ponzi scheme, correct?
It was actually when I was in 8th grade.
And he lost much of his wealth.
He lost his whole life savings.
You still went to a prestigious college up in Boston, right?
I got a full scholarship.
Puzzle
and then
pieces.
when it came time to go to law school, did you pay for law school?
I got a full scholarship.
Now, you got asked a lot of questions.
Oh shit, BGOG, welcome into the Buzzed and Confused. Now, that's what I'm talking about. You are now eligible to join the book club on Tuesday nights immediately following Murder Church. Currently doing the Charlie Adelson trial, but in the book club we are reading Stranger beside me, BGOG, get in here. Thank you very much. Get some beers in the chat. Get a murder church in the chat. Get a hell yeah in the chat. Get a puzzle piece in the chat. Welcome in BGOG, folks. Thank you so much, BGOG. I'll get you on that wheel for a shirt possibility as well. Imagine you get to come into the book club wearing a new shirt. Oh, that would be awesome. Thank you.
About divorce law in your direct examination. Are you a divorce lawyer?
I am not.
What type of law did you specialize in?
Immigration.
All those filings, and we'll get to them. Did you write those filings?
No.
So the words that Ms. Koppelman were reading, they were for you. You reviewed them, correct?
I did.
Did you draft them?
I didn't draft any pleadings.
That motion for contempt, she asked you if he could be put in jail. You have no idea, right?
I didn't remember whether that's what contempt meant, but
You were just seeking the court to enforce its previous order, right?
that's correct.
And she's an attorney? Come on.
Now remember you said that during these filings, this is the same exhibit, that you thought you talked about some other things and Ms. Kappelman said, nah, it's not in there. Remember that?
I do.
Can I borrow that binder?
Got a wheel, ready to
I'm going to draw
go.
your attention. This is
Beautiful people.
State's Exhibit 56. I'm going to draw your
Thanks,
attention
God, so
to
much.
page
Love you all.
187. I want you to read this paragraph for the jury.
Okay. The wife has been very unhappy in the marriage and filed her petition for dissolution of marriage in August 2012. The husband continues to characterize this as an abandonment of the family. At no time has the wife abandoned the children. She is divorcing the husband due to her unhappiness with him and the marriage, and she only moved out of the home because she knew the husband would not. The husband's statement of abandonment are unfounded and not supported by fact or law. He is simply having difficulty accepting her decision. In fact, he is having so much difficulty that he has told several of her colleagues and friends that she must have mental health issues.
You can stop there.
Okay.
Do you remember telling Ms. Kappelman that you remember filing something like that?
Yes, I do.
I can set it aside. We're going to move on.
Holy shit. Another new Mimby this morning. Daddy Shortnuts, welcome in here. You get the beers clanking together. Those, as the longer you stay, will advance on to some different emojis next to your name there as well. But you have now access to the dank-ass emojis. You now have access to Tuesday Night Book Club with us. And we really appreciate the hell out of that. And I've got you on a wheel for a possible t-shirt win once the next wheel gets filled up. Thank you so much. Love it, love it, love it.
When did you meet Professor Markel?
We met in Washington, D.C. in the fall of 2004 when I went up to D.C. to interview for a job.
Where were you living at the time?
I was living in Miami.
When did the relationship get serious?
Well, because it was long distance, it kind of got serious pretty quickly because it's a commitment to date someone long distance. So we started dating, and then I think over Thanksgiving, he came and spent Thanksgiving with my family, and by then it felt pretty serious.
Do you recall if you introduced him to Charlie?
I would have at that point. I don't remember introducing him before that time, but he would have met my whole family then.
What did Charlie think of Professor Markel?
I honestly don't remember his reaction, but
Were they buddies?
no.
They really had nothing in common, right?
No, they had nothing in common.
Now, you got engaged pretty quickly, is that fair to say?
We did, yeah.
And I think you described how you ended up in Tallahassee, how you did your last year of law school in Tallahassee, is that correct?
That's correct.
And then you had 2 children.
We did.
During the marriage, did Professor Markel get along with your parents?
Yeah.
Now, skipping a little bit ahead, and then we'll go back. Do you remember asking Ms. Kappelman asking you about your parents not liking Tallahassee and not having access to the kids in Tallahassee? Do you recall those questions?
I don't remember her asking whether my parents didn't like Tallahassee, but I remember her asking about access, like not having unfettered access to the kids.
And do you remember talking about how your parents were looking for real estate in Tallahassee?
Yeah, my parents were trying to buy a house here.
Do you recall that
Morning, Cod.
after you got divorced, they contacted a real estate agent named Tim Kelly to buy that house?
Yes.
During the course of your marriage, I think you said you were close to your brother, Charlie.
Yes.
How often did you speak to each other?
Maybe once a week or a couple times here and there.
Now, in all the years you lived in Tallahassee, is it fair to say that Charlie only came up 2 or 3 times?
Yeah, he came up for the birth of both boys, so definitely twice. And then I think he had an internship or a job in Alabama for a little while, so he came by then, but so maybe 3 times.
You described that there came a time when you and Professor Markel started to have some marital issues.
That's right.
And some of these issues had to do with religion, correct?
Yes.
And some of them had to do with just the fact that you two were growing apart. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
But you got marriage counseling, right?
We did.
How long were you in marriage counseling for?
I think about 6 months, maybe.
Now, as close as you are with your mom, while in marriage counseling, did you tell her you were in marriage counseling?
I don't remember telling her I was in marriage counseling.
And until the end, did Charlie know that you were in marriage counseling?
I don't know if I talked to my family about being in counseling.
Do you recall a time when you and Charlie, you were down in South Florida and you told him that you were having marital problems?
I do.
You see that breath she just took there? See, she's feeling it.
You were down in South Florida
that.
and you told him that you were having marital problems.
I do.
Trying to keep herself in check.
And what was Charlie's reaction to
She's still recovering from Georgia whooping her ass verbally.
I mean, he was supportive of me. I remember him saying, life is short, so if you're unhappy, then, you can make a different choice.
Do you recall a dinner at the Melting Pot where you told Charlie that you had decided to file for divorce?
I do.
And when you
Morning,
told
Joe.
Charlie that you were going to file for divorce, did he have anger and hatred towards Professor Markel?
No.
Was he sad because he knew that this was going to affect his nephews?
I don't think he was really sad. I mean, I think a lot of people wondered why I got married to Danny in the first place, and my friends were very supportive when I decided to end the marriage.
Now, you actually filed for divorce in September of 2012, is that right?
That sounds right.
And when you filed for divorce, let me say this. When you left the home, I think that was discussed in the direct, Professor Markel was out of town, right?
He was. I called him and let him know that I had filed.
You're a non-confrontational person, right?
It is not my best quality, yes.
But you had been in marriage counseling for quite some time before you left the home, right?
Yes.
Before you left the home, did you have a place to live?
I did.
So there was some planning, correct?
Yes.
Charlie had nothing to do with those arrangements, right?
No.
And that's when you moved into the Aqua Ridge house?
Yes.
I'm showing you what's marked as Offense Exhibit 1 for identification purposes only. May I approach, Your Honor? Do you recognize the email addresses on this document?
I do.
Is that your email address in July of 2012?
It was my work email address, so that makes sense. That must have been my email.
Does this look like an email that you could have received from your mom?
It does. I don't remember this email, but it does look like an email I could have received.
Judge, I would move this into evidence as defense exhibit 1 at this time.
Objection, hearsay.
Okay. Please bring the exhibit.
Approachal. George is like, I got a problem with it. You want to fight about it?
This is an email between your mom and you in July of
Don't let it
2012,
go.
right?
Yes.
And just pointing to just under paragraph 2, I just need to know that I can legally take my children and move to another location. There was concern that you wanted to make sure that you weren't breaking the law, right?
Correct.
What can I legally remove from the house to the new location? There was concern that you wanted to do everything within the law, right?
Correct.
Now, we've heard a lot about this TV already, so let's just clear this up right now. Charlie bought you the TV, right?
Yes.
More precisely, Charlie had your parents buy the TV and he paid him back.
Yes.
And they bought the TV from Best Buy, right?
Yes.
Have you ever bought anything from Best Buy?
I'm sure I have.
When you buy from Best Buy, they always try you to get the Geek Squad warranty, right?
Yeah, they do.
And people like me always fall for that, right? But when you call and you need a repair on the TV, it's got to be registered to your name, right?
I think so.
Do you know if the Geek Squad was registered to your mom and dad?
I don't know offhand, but if they're the ones who bought the TV, then they probably bought the, Geek Squad policy that went with it too.
If I showed you the receipt, would that refresh your recollection?
I don't really have an independent recollection, so I don't think so.
We'll come back to that. Now, Charlie made that joke many times, right?
He did.
He never told you he actually looked into hiring a hitman, right?
No.
Did you think he was serious?
No.
By the way, the state has you as a co-conspirator with Charlie Adelson, right?
I believe so.
But they also have you, according to them, blurting out during an interview that your alleged co-conspirator did the murder. Does that make any sense?
I don't understand the
Let
question.
me rephrase. They have you guys as co-conspirators. They think you did a murder together. Right?
I think so. That's what they believe.
If you did a murder together, why would you have blurred out a statement like that?
They clearly would not.
Argumentative.
Sustained.
Do you know if Charlie repeated that joke in March of 2014 when you went to Yardbirds with Jeff Lacoste?
He may have, if I was mentioning the TV was broken or something like that.
Do you know who else was at that dinner?
Katie.
during your divorce, you spoke to your mom daily, probably, right?
I would usually call my parents on my way to drop kids at school. We'd have a short conversation, so that sounds right.
It's fair to say that your parents were involved in some of the decisions that you were making in the divorce. You were asking their advice.
For some of the time.
Did you often speak with Charlie about what was happening in the divorce?
Not too much, no.
But fair to say Charlie was supportive of you, right?
Yeah, I mean, he was always supportive of me.
Is Charlie kind of self-centered?
I don't think so.
At the time of your divorce, though, he had a lot going on in his life.
I mean, his life was going great. He had a great business. He always had lots of girls. He had friends.
The divorce was settled in July of 2013.
Correct.
How did you feel after it was settled?
I felt better. Felt a sense of relief that we could just move on with our lives.
Now I want to talk a little bit about this relocation issue.
Okay.
Isn't it true that your attorney told you that there was very little chance for you to win that motion?
I believe so, yes.
Where were you working in Tallahassee? Let's go backwards, actually. In 2007, when you were married, where were you working in Tallahassee?
At that time, I would have been working at the FSU Center for Human Rights.
And you were lobbying for anti-human trafficking legislation?
I was primarily representing victims of human trafficking, but I did a little bit of lobbying too.
But the funding for your job ran out and you lost your job, right?
Yeah.
At the time of the divorce, you had gotten a job at FSU. What was that job?
At the time of the divorce, I was adjunct teaching a few classes at the law school, and I had a number of different jobs at FSU, but by that point I was probably running something called a medical legal partnership, where I would work with the law school, the medical school, and the social work school to help the students work together to try to help solve legal problems that clients had.
Did you like that job?
I did, yeah.
So if you like the job so much,
Yo, Chris in the chat this morning. What's up, dude? Morning. Also, Jay coming through here this morning. Dude, I saw you were live last night. Man, I hate that I couldn't have popped in there. I went to the movies last night with Dan and watched the new Toxic Avenger movie. Dude, that's so awesome, man. Like, holy shit. Just seeing that you were live is just like brings a smile to my face. Hope you're doing good, brother.
why were you looking to relocate?
I mean, relocation was not
Rash Bomb? Always smelling his fingers, or Charlie?
a big issue
Dude, Jay, check out those emojis, dude. I got a prison Charlie, man. I got a puzzle piece. I got a devil Donna.
for me. I probably never would have thought of
Jessica, I hate to keep pausing, guys, but Jessica, thank you for the dollar holler. You're on the wheel for the T-shirt. Boom. Thank you so much.
but a friend suggested it to me that it might be helpful. Maybe I would get more time with the kids if I could relocate. But I wasn't really focused on it. I didn't think it would happen, and I was pretty happy being at my job.
Now, you were a non-tenured clinical
I'm going to have to keep a lookout for Rash Bomb smelling his fingers. He's go,
professor in that job, right?
That's right.
It meant that you could lose the job at any time. Is that fair to say? And you were had a lot of responsibilities, now being divorced, even more responsibilities with the kids.
Sure.
And you were offered a job at a prestigious law firm in Miami. Is that fair to say?
I was, yes.
And that job was going to have a pretty big salary increase,
Yes.
and it was going to give you an opportunity for more stability. Fair enough?
Yeah.
You were also going to have the benefit of family
Sure.
in South Florida who could help you with the kids, right?
Yeah.
Now, even with this relocation request, was it ever your intention for Professor Markel to be absent from your boy's life?
Never. No.
Okay. When you lost the relocation motion, I think it's fair to say that your mom and dad were pretty upset.
That's right.
It's fair to say that your mom came up with some crazy ideas.
Totally bonkers. Yes.
We saw the email about conversion of the kids, right?
Yes.
By the way, did you ever do any of that?
No. No.
So you never dressed the kids up, you never baptized them, you never took a picture of them?
No.
Okay.
Thanks, Jay, coming through here. Showing off, first of all, is 16 months as a member here in the Buzz Nation. Steve is the realest of the real, best channel in the land. Thank you so much, Jay. I really appreciate the hell out of that, dude. And then coming through and gifting out a membership, which Simi Sharp got. Fuck yeah, Simi. Hell yeah, Jay. Well, Jay, that gets you on the wheel for a possibility of a free t-shirt. So that's what we're working on right now. I've got a wheel that's already ready to spin also. But hell yeah, just now allowed Simi to come in for book club on Tuesday nights for memberships. Hell yes. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And Chris coming through, showing off 8 months here in the Buzz Nation. Steve's voice makes me quiver in ecstasy, allegedly. Whoa! Okay, I love it. There we go, baby.
Did your mom keep
Thanks, guys.
bugging you to
Appreciate
do
it.
any of that stuff?
No, I think it was just one crazy email.
By the way, in all of these emails, did your mom ever tell you to do something violent
No.
to Professor Markel?
No.
Was there ever any discussion of threats of violence in any way?
No. Never.
Mr. Bowman, we're let you to ask one more question, and from there, we're going to go to recess for the evening, but your examination of the witness will go into tomorrow.
Can you hold the Prof's blog?
Sure.
Remember those questions that Ms. Kappelman asked you about how people could know about Danny traveling on the weekend of his murder? Remember those questions?
I do, yes.
Would it surprise? What is the Prof's blog?
It was a blog that Danny started with some friends to talk about the law and legal theories and to kind of have conversations in space with other law professors.
I'm showing you it's marked as defense.
Dude, I do dig Judge Everett. He's been really cool. Like, you know, I've been pretty, after getting through the Phil Spector trial, I really enjoyed the judge in that. Larry Fiedler was amazing. I think that I really liked the way he handled the courtroom and commanded it. But I will say Judge Everett is a really good follow-up for coming straight off of Fiedler, Judge Dowhard, because Everett does the exact same thing. He commands his courtroom. He knows exactly what he wants and what he doesn't want. He doesn't take any shit from anybody. And he's also a super nice guy when he can be. I really dig it.
Exhibit 2. And this will be quick here.
I was going to say, we went from 1 to 5 real quick.
It'll be quick.
Please show your exhibit to the witness.
Definitely.
Does this look like a posting from the Prof's blog?
It does, yes.
Judge, I admit Defense Exhibit 2 into evidence at this point in time.
Any objections to the state?
I'd like to take a look at it first.
Okay, good.
Well, you don't have to approach. We're going to handle this without the jurors.
I'll ask it one last question, and then we can, if you would, we can handle.
One means one, not
One means one. Do you know if Professor Markel would frequently post his travel schedule on his Prof's blog?
He would post it on his Prof's blog and on his Facebook.
That's my one question.
Members of the jury, we are going to go into recess for this evening. The examination
Right.
of Miss Adelson will continue in the morning.
We're going to keep rolling right on into it the next day here. Dude, Jay, one thing that is crazy, I know that you called him Chuckles. Holy shit. His inability to control his face in random outspurts of laughter in this murder trial is crazy.
Everyone can be seated. Good morning, members of the jury. We are going to resume with the cross-examination of Ms. Adelson at this time. Mr. Rauschbaum, you may examine when you're ready.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning.
Good morning.
So I want to go back to your staying in Tallahassee after the relocation motion was denied, okay? You understood that you couldn't leave Tallahassee after it was denied, right?
That's right.
And so you
God, there's Dr. Giggles jokes to be made there, if anyone's ever seen that movie, which is about I'm pretty sure he's a dentist. Yeah, Dr. Giggles. Am I crazy thinking he was?
decided to build a life here with your boys, right?
I mean, I had been building a life here for 7 years before that, but to continue with my life, yes.
You had a large circle of friends.
I did, yeah.
You were in a book club.
I was.
In fact, on July 1, 2014, just 17 days before the murder that the state thinks you participated in, do you recall that you were excited that a friend of yours was moving to Tallahassee?
I do.
Do you remember that friend's name? I can refresh your memory if you need it.
Well, I think Renee Griggs was planning on moving to Tallahassee.
May I approach, Your Honor?
You may.
I'm showing you for identification purposes only, Defense Exhibit 3. Is that your email?
Yes, that's my email.
And is that your email with Ms. Griggs?
Yes, it is.
Judge, I'd offer into evidence right now, Defense Exhibit 3.
Any objection from the state?
Here's a
What is the exception that you're offering this on?
State of mind.
Please provide your report. The objection is sustained, however, the witness may testify here to their memory concerning this issue.
You learned on July 1 that your friend Ms. Griggs was moving to Tallahassee, right?
Well, I learned she was interviewing for a job in Tallahassee.
And you thought that was a dream come true, right?
I was really excited about it.
Why was it a dream come true?
To be able to be with her all the time would be fantastic.
You were dating men that lived in Tallahassee, right?
I was.
One of those men was Jeff Lacoste.
That's right.
We'll talk about him a little more later, but you dated him the end of 2013 through June, July 2014?
That's right.
And after you broke up with him, do you recall joining couple date sites,
I
websites? I don't know if they're called date sites, but dating websites.
Yes.
Do you recall setting up dates for the week or so after July 18th?
I did.
And do you recall having emails with individuals setting up those dates?
I do.
Do you recall setting up those dates on July 16th, 2014 for 2 weeks later?
That sounds right.
Do you recall setting up dates on July 17th for around 2 weeks later?
That sounds right.
Now, yesterday, Ms. Kappelman talked about a house you did not buy in 2013. You recall that testimony?
I do.
Let's now talk about 2014. In the spring and summer of 2014, you were working with a local realtor to buy a house in Tallahassee, right?
I was.
I'm showing you what's marked as Defense Exhibits 6 and 7.
Lindy's just like, get me out of here. Oh, my allergies are starting to wean off a little bit here, but they're still there. It's weather changing, I'm telling you.
Do you recall in April of
Killing
2014
me.
looking at a property on Baird Street?
I do.
Do you recall in June of 2014 looking at 40 open houses that are available in Tallahassee?
I do.
Because I would move these exhibits into evidence as well. Well,
Hearsay, Your Honor.
That would be the exhibits. With the exception you're offering them under once again.
state of mind, rehabilitation.
Exhibit 6 will be admitted, exhibit 7, is this all exhibit 7, or is it 7 and 8?
It's all over.
6 is admitted, 7 is not. The objection is formally false.
Should I publish, Your Honor?
Right.
You're not this right now. All right.
Oh, that's not.
Yeah, that's not technology. It is not. Here.
Did Rashbaum just say technology?
Was J. Depart Frog Realty your broker?
He was a different realtor I was using. I used a couple different people, but I heard he was good, so I had reached out to him about this particular property.
And that was in April 25th, 2014.
That's right.
And that's about in 4 weeks before the first attempted murder in June, correct?
I don't know about the first attempted murder.
And if you weren't able to buy, you were going to rent, right?
I would have continued renting.
Do you recall speaking to a Leslie Andrews on July 7th about a rental?
I don't remember Leslie Andrews, but it's on. I mean, I had a main real estate person I worked with, so she would have been maybe someone who had a property I was interested in, but I don't remember.
Do you remember something called the Tallahassee Center?
I don't.
Judge, may I approach with Defense Exhibit 8 for identification purposes only? And see if this refreshes your recollection that you were looking to rent a one-bedroom lease, and this is from July. This email is from July 7th, 2014.
But you said I was looking to rent a one-bedroom, and she offers me a one-bedroom, but I say I need something bigger, right? So that doesn't work.
Nonetheless, you were looking to rent. You were in the rental market just 11 days before the murder occurred, right?
That's right.
Yeah, that was very telling, Daddy Short Nuts. In Donna's trial, Jeff Lacrosse said Wendy asked him when kids started forming memories, but it was stricken. But it's still in there, all right? It might have been stricken, but that jury heard that. And then if you compound that with the changing of the last names, I think it's very freaking telling and obvious that Wendy Adelson and the Adelson clan, however you want to look at it, but especially Wendy Adelson, wanted to erase the memory of Dan Markel completely from the kids' minds, which is crazy. Very telling.
In July of 2014, you planned for the boys to attend school in Tallahassee in the fall, right?
We were trying to figure out which school our older son would go to, and our younger son probably would have kept going to the same preschool.
In fact, you and Professor Markel were arguing about that, right?
We hadn't come to a decision yet, but
You wanted the boys to go to, I think they call it SAS.
we had put our older son in the lottery and he got pulled for it, and so we were exploring it as an option.
And that was the lottery for the school year 2014 and 2015.
Right.
So you didn't expect him to go to school in Miami.
No.
May I have one moment, Your Honor? Now, in early 2013, you were appointed a clinical professor by the FSU faculty,
That's right.
and you were continuing to handle immigration and disability cases around Tallahassee,
That's right.
and you had plans to teach at the law school in the fall of 2014.
Yes.
Imagine not exactly, maybe not doing your research entirely. I don't know. I guess you probably would, but you show up and Wendy Adelson is your lawyer. You'd be like, oh, well. Turn right around.
Fall of
fucking
2014, meaning after the murder, after when your ex-husband was murdered, correct?
Correct.
You were talking to research assistants about working with you, right?
Yes.
Do you recall speaking to a research assistant about working for you possibly in the fall of 2014?
Sure. That sounds right.
Do you recall Z. Nolan?
Mm-hmm. I do.
And you offered them a job in the summer and they couldn't take it. And you said, well, come back to me in the fall. Do you recall that?
I do.
And in the spring of 2014, well, let me back up. You authored a book, correct?
I did.
Okay. In the spring of 2014, your book was selected by FSU for what was called the One Book, One Campus event, right?
That's right.
That means that your book was going to be required reading for all incoming freshmen at FSU.
That's right.
And that means that we're talking about the incoming freshmen after the summer of 2014, right?
I was supposed to speak at convocation in August.
Let's talk about that in a second. But before we get there, that was a big honor for you, right?
It was the highlight of my career.
And you were very excited about it.
I was super excited.
You were going to be the keynote speaker at the FSU convocation on August 24th, 2014, correct?
That's right.
You told your friends and family about it.
I did. I probably told everyone.
You told your parents about it for sure.
I did.
And you told Charlie about it.
I'm sure I did, yeah.
Okay. I'm going to show you Defense Exhibit 12 and 13. Take a look at these and let me know if you recognize them. Let me know if it's yours.
That's insane. Yeah, we saw that. My God, my nose is happening
This is my
again. It's
email.
about to go crazy. Yo, Pammy, morning. I hope you're doing okay. I'm glad you're in here. But I get not wanting to get out of bed.
Do you recognize these items?
I do.
Judge, I move Defense Exhibit 12 and 13 into evidence.
Can I see this item, please?
Sure. You have them.
Hearsay and relevance, Your Honor.
Yeah, Coach, I would state of mind. Rehabilitation.
Okay, yeah, okay. She's an immigration lawyer. That's right. I did know that, so that's interesting. And that's a good take right there. For, doing a little bit of research. Go to Vietnam, maybe there's no extradition. Being able to be extradited back. Everybody in the chat feeling these seasonal allergies. I'm so with you. Like, I probably blowed my nose like 50 times this morning. Also had a sneezing fit. Last night my eyes were so itchy and watery, it was driving me crazy.
Do you recall that your parents and Charlie were quite excited to come watch you in Tallahassee at this event in August?
Yes.
Do you recall your brother saying he couldn't wait to book a ticket, that it was fucking awesome?
Yeah, he was very excited.
Do you recall discussing with Professor Markel who would have custody of the boys during various trips in August and September of 2014?
Lacey Jane, thank you so much.
Do you recall having those discussions in July of 2014?
Extradition. There we go.
That would make sense, yeah.
Do you recall scheduling a whole host of meetings after July 18th, 2014?
Yes.
Let me be more precise. Before July 18, 2014, do you recall scheduling a bunch of meetings that were to occur after July 18, 2014 in Tallahassee?
Yes.
Do you recall making plans with a friend moving to Tallahassee for July 25th, 2014?
I don't.
Let me see if I can refresh your memory. Do you know an individual named Tahira Lee?
I do.
From a picture, Your Honor, with Defense Exhibit 15. And I would direct you to the email on June 17, 2014, which I think is the fourth email on the first page, and see if that refreshes your memory. But feel free to look at the whole document.
I see it, but you were asking if they were moving to Tallahassee on the 25th, or if I...
No.
Read to yourself, Ms. Adelson, don't read aloud.
Okay, sorry.
I'll repeat the question.
Okay.
Do you recall making plans with her, where you said you would make plans with her after August 25th, 2014, because your family was coming to town?
Yes.
And that happened, that correspondence was in late June of 2014?
Yes.
Do you recall in June, you can put that aside now.
Okay.
Do you recall in June of 2014, late June of 2014, expressing interest in joining the board of a Tallahassee-based child advocacy nonprofit called American Children's Campaign?
I do.
That was in Tallahassee, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you recall scheduling a meeting for July 23rd, 2014, with a Professor Van Dern with the FSU College of Medicine?
So I don't, but I ran a medical legal partnership, so I would have been setting up meetings with the medical school, with the law school, with the social work school, so that would have been normal, but I don't remember it specifically.
May I approach, Your Honor? Does this refresh your recollection that you were scheduling a meeting with Professor Van Duren for July 23rd of 2014?
Yes.
Do you recall you can put that aside.
Okay.
Do you recall scheduling a meeting with your divorce lawyer to meet any time of the week of July 21, 2014?
Again, I don't remember specifically, but it sounds like it would have made sense for the time.
Do you know an individual named Cindy Jean?
I do.
Do you remember emailing her and asking her if the kids were available to go swimming at the pool on July 19th to 20th?
I don't remember, but it sounds like something I would have asked.
May I approach, Your Honor, with defense exhibit?
Just had a sneezing fit. Oh my God. These allergies,
20
dude.
for identification purposes only.
Oh my God.
Does this refresh your memory about trying to set up that play date for July 20th or July 19th with Miss Jean?
Yes.
You can put that aside. Do you recall that your mom
What
planned
drinking
to
out with?
visit
You got a channel?
Tallahassee in November of 2014?
I don't remember that.
I'm showing, may I approach, Your Honor, with defense exhibit 21 for identification purposes only?
You may.
Please take a look.
Yes.
Does this refresh your memory that your parents planned on being in Tallahassee on November 17th? Does that
Yes.
refresh your memory? You can put that aside. Do you recall asking your parents to come to Tallahassee on August 1, 2014 for a birthday party with Ben?
I don't remember doing that, but that sounds, it's close in time to his birthday.
May I approach, Your Honor, with defense exhibit 22?
You may.
Does this refresh your recollection that you were going to have a birthday party for Ben in Tallahassee in early August of 2014?
That's right.
You can put that aside. And that your parents were going to come up for that?
Mm-hmm.
Do you recall making flight reservations to travel to Newark and then back to Tallahassee? So you're going to leave from Tallahassee and go to Newark, come back to Tallahassee for a wedding in October 2014.
I do.
And you made those reservations in July of 2014. Do you recall that?
I don't recall when I made the reservation, but I remember the wedding.
May I approach, Your Honor, with defense exhibit 23?
You may.
Does this refresh your recollection that the reservation was made sometime around July 14th, 2014?
Yes.
That you were booking tickets for a wedding in New Jersey on October 24th, 2014?
Yes.
And the cost of those tickets were over $400, right?
That's right.
We'll put that aside. Those tickets weren't to go back to Miami, were they?
No, it was Tallahassee to Newark, Newark to Tallahassee.
Why did you make those tickets to go back to Tallahassee?
That is where I lived.
We're going to move on to another subject. Ms. Kappelman talked a little bit yesterday about the litigation that occurred after the relocation litigation with Professor Markel. You recall that?
I do.
And there were these pieces of litigation back and forth about money and about filing false affidavits. You remember those?
Yes.
There was what was called the motion against your mom that Professor Markel filed. You recall that, right?
I do.
Okay. With regards to the motion that Professor Markel filed claiming that you and your attorney filed a false affidavit, did you get the sense that you were going to prevail on that litigation?
Yes.
Was the judge getting frustrated with Professor Markel on that litigation?
Very.
Did the judge admonish Professor Markel regarding that litigation?
The judge said he needed to stop.
Were you concerned about getting disbarred?
No.
I want to talk a little bit about Jeff Lacoste. You first met Mr. Lacoste in the fall of 2013.
Yes.
It was casual at first.
It was.
You were dating other people as well.
It was.
It got more serious around March of 2014.
That's right.
Fair to say he was in love with you?
I don't really remember. I don't think I could say, but it was more serious.
Okay. You weren't so sure about him. Is that fair to say?
I think my feelings developed over time.
And then they undeveloped?
And then they undeveloped.
You were very different people from very different backgrounds, right?
Yeah.
He didn't spend much time with your parents, right?
I think maybe he met them once.
He wanted to meet them more than once, right? He didn't like that he didn't get to see them more times.
I think he wanted to be more integrated into my life.
Jeff Lacoste met Charlie Adelson one time in March of 2014, right?
That's right.
He accompanied you on a trip with law students, right?
I used to run an alternative spring break, and he came with me.
And you decided to come down to South Florida for a day or two, right?
That's right.
And you had dinner at a place called Yardbird, right?
That's right.
Are you aware that that happened on March 11th, 2014?
No, I don't remember the date, just that it was during the spring break.
Fair enough. You remember sitting outside on the patio?
I do.
Morning, Donnie.
And it was you and Mr. Lacoste, Charlie, and a woman named Catherine Magbanowa. Do you recall that?
That's right.
Who was Charlie's girlfriend at the time.
Yes.
Are you aware that Sigfredo Garcia was watching you at that dinner?
No.
Are you aware that he was contemplating running your brother over with...
Oh my god, like I feel like I'll be good. I'm like, alright, yeah, that was the last one. Nope. Nose is still going crazy.
his car at that dinner?
No.
After dinner, you and Jeff Lacoste stayed at Charlie's house, right?
We did.
Miss Magbanowa wasn't there, right?
I don't remember her being there.
It was just the three of you.
I think so.
And you left the next morning.
We did.
Now, you and Mr. Lacoste started having issues around May of 2014. Is that fair to say?
That sounds about right.
You started to become nervous around him?
I don't really remember if I was nervous around him, but I started thinking it wasn't the right relationship.
He started accusing you of being unfaithful, right?
He did.
He accused you of having an affair with someone that you had previously dated?
He did.
Excuse me. You told him that you didn't. You denied it.
That's right.
And he didn't believe you.
He did not.
And
Oh, Jesus.
before this individual that you used to date, you had coffee with at a place called All Saints in Tallahassee, right?
I did.
And Mr. Lacoste saw you having coffee with this individual, right?
He did.
And that caused a confrontation. Is that fair to say?
He flew into a rage.
Subsequently, he went through your phone and planner, right?
He did.
And this is around May, June of 2014.
That sounds right.
And you and Mr. Lacoste went to Gainesville for a weekend for his work at some point around this time frame.
Yes.
And that Saturday night, June 28th, he basically exploded at you.
He did.
He yelled at you for hours.
He did.
He accused you of
Hours?
having affairs with multiple people.
He did.
You were very upset, to say the least.
I was devastated. Yep.
Now, you were scheduled to leave for South Florida, I believe it was on June 30th or June 29th to celebrate your dad's 70th birthday, right?
That sounds right.
And Mr. Lacoste wasn't invited.
No.
You went down to South
celebration
Florida
dinner.
on June 30th, and you and the boys stayed with your
Heard
parents,
so
right?
much about here
We did.
recently in Donna Straw.
You had the boys with you the whole time.
Yes.
Dan Markel didn't have the boys at that point in time. The boys were with you.
Yes.
And Charlie knew that, right?
Yes, he was with us.
Your mom planned a big party for the birthday.
She did.
Now, I think when Miss Kappelman asked you if the birthday fell on a Saturday, you weren't sure.
I remembered it being on his actual birthday, which I thought was a Saturday, but I don't remember the calendar from 2014.
May I approach Your Honor with Defendant's Exhibit 25?
Somebody just popped in right then when I just started doing the hearts and the thumbs. They'd be like, this guy loves Charlie Adelson. He's just got thumbs coming out of Charlie's ass and they're going right up by Charlie's face from his trowel. He really loves this guy. That was bad timing. That was horrible timing.
Ms. Adelson, does this refresh your recollection that July 5th, 2014 was on a Saturday
Yes.
and that the party was at 7:30 p.m. or
Yes.
thereabouts? Put that aside. Now, when you got back to Tallahassee, you saw Mr. Lacoste on July 13th,
That sounds right.
and when you saw him, it was not a good meeting. Is that fair to say? It's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
You saw him the next day at a yoga studio,
I went to yoga and he wanted to come.
and it was awkward
It was.
and kind of tense.
It was.
And he asked to see you again later that week,
He did.
and you didn't want to.
I did not.
And when you got home that night, you sent him an email asking him not to contact you for at least 7 days, that you wanted to think things over. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
You never saw him again, right?
No?
Are you now aware that there was a first attempt on your ex-husband's life on June 4th and June 4th, 5th of 2014?
Yes.
When you lived with Professor Markel on Trescott, was your address publicly listed?
I believe so.
Judge, at this point in time, we'd ask a stipulation be read into evidence. The stipulation regarding the drop-off pickup schedule for the Markel children.
Very well. Members of the jury, when the parties agree that certain facts are true, that is called a stipulation of fact, you must accept stipulated facts as having been proven. However, the significance of these facts, as with all facts, is for you to decide. In this case, the stipulated facts that you must accept are true are: the Markel children were enrolled at Creative Preschool located in Tallahassee. During the week of July 14th, 2024, their drop-off pickup schedule was as follows. Monday, July 14th, 2024, dropped off at 8:55 a.m. by Dan Markel, picked up at 5 p.m. by Dan Markel. Tuesday, July 15th, 2014, dropped off at 8:25 a.m. by Dan Markel, picked up at 4:50 p.m. by Dan Markel. Wednesday, July 16th, 2014, dropped off at 9 a.m. by Dan Markel, picked up at 4:30 p.m. by Wendy Adelson. Thursday, July 17th, 2014, dropped off at 8:30 a.m. by Wendy Adelson, picked up at 4:45 p.m. by Dan Markel. Friday, July 18th, 2014, dropped off at 8:50 a.m. by Dan Markel.
Thank you, Your Honor. So I want to first focus your attention on the July 17, 2014 schedule. On July 17, 2014, as Your Honor just recited, do you recall dropping the kids off at school at 8:30 in the morning?
Yes.
And Professor Markel picked them up at 4:45 p.m. on that day, thereabouts.
Which I just heard, but I wouldn't have known what time.
You didn't pick them up.
No, it wasn't my day.
So it would be impossible, the person would be wrong if they said that they saw you and the kids by Professor Markel's house in the afternoon or morning of July 17, 2014, correct?
It would be some other woman and some other kids.
You spoke to your mom probably close to daily, right?
Yeah,
During this time period. She would know when you had the kids and didn't have the kids, right?
probably.
Now, I want to go back to something briefly that we talked about yesterday before we stopped. You knew that Professor Markel posted his travel plans on Facebook and on his profs blog, right?
Yes,
He would talk about places and conferences that he was speaking at, right?
he would.
Are you aware that on the weekend of the 20th, he was supposed to speak at a conference in New Jersey, and he posted it on Prof's blog as well as on Facebook?
Yes.
Let's talk a little bit about Best Buy. May I approach, Your Honor?
You may.
I'm showing you what's marked for identification purposes only as Defense Exhibit 29 and 30.
Therapist, welcome in here.
Looking at Defense Exhibit 29, does that refresh your recollection that the warranty was under your father's name for
Yes.
that TV? Mm-hmm. A warranty with the Geek Squad?
Yes.
Shit, Gabby coming through with a $5 holla. Says, what's up, buttercups? Gabby, you are in perfect time to get on the wheel for a t-shirt possibility. Or winning a t-shirt possibly anyways. So yeah, we're going to also spin a wheel as soon as this ends. We've still got a little bit of time left here with Wendy. Probably another, 30 minutes or so. So thanks everyone for coming in here. And this stream that ends is going to go directly into Joe Schmo's stream, which starts at 2 p.m. Eastern today. And he's celebrating his 1-year anniversary here on the YouTubes. I think Bob Mata is going to be on there. A bunch of different folks are going to be coming through, including me. I'll be coming through about 2:45-ish today. So
Now, looking at, before you look at Exhibit 20, do you recall that your mother
Gabby.
scheduled the appointment for the TV to be fixed with this Geek Squad?
I remembered that I scheduled it, but it looks like she scheduled it and gave me the number to call in case I needed to reschedule it.
And in fact, she emailed you on July 11th and told you if you can't keep the appointment on the 18th, call this number to reschedule it, right?
Yes.
see now, here's the nice folks in the Buzz Nation. Therapist you know is coming through with a $2 holler. Really appreciate the shit out of that. And then says dealer's choice. So I'm guessing that to mean for me to pick somebody from the chat to get on the wheel for a possible t-shirt win. So let's see in here. Who wants to get on here? Who wants to get on here? Let's see. Who am I going to put on here? I'm going to put Joe Schmo on here for his 1-year anniversary. Joe has a possibility of rocking a shirt on his own channel. That's how I get it out there. Really, that's why Bob has a shirt. Jay has shirts. Like, I want everybody to have a Publicly Buzz shirt. Just someone ask, who is that? Thank you so much. Appreciate the shit out of that therapist. Well, that was Gabby. Therapist, you know, for that. And boom, let's get Joe Schmo on there. Let's get Joe. Appreciate that. Thanks, guys. Finest folks in true crime, I swear.
You can put that aside.
If you're randomly hanging out, I see there's a lot of people lurking back there. Hit the old like. Helps us out here at Publicly Buzz, guys. Appreciate you. Hit the subscription button.
I want to talk a little bit more about July 18th. Do you recall leaving your house that day on Aqua Ridge Ray around 12:30?
Making our way through this entire trial.
And you were going to meet a friend for lunch at a place called Mosaic.
Yes.
But you had to pick up a bottle of, I don't know if it's bourbon or whiskey. I don't even know if they're the same thing, but Bullet whiskey.
It was bourbon.
Okay. It was for your friend's wedding shower that night.
They were having us stock the bar party, so they asked for specific kinds of alcohol to stock the bar.
And I'm showing you what's marked as Defense Exhibit 32. Is this the invitation that you received?
Yes, that's it.
Judge, I would move Defense Exhibit 32.
Charlie
into
looking
evidence of
mighty
suspension.
proud right now.
Here's Your Honor.
State of mind.
Your objection is sustained. She will testify at your hearing.
Do you recall on the left-hand corner of the invitation, it says, help the bride and groom stock the bar for their wedding and bring a bottle of Bullet bourbon? Do you recall that?
Yes.
You can put that aside. Now, you decided to go to ABC Liquors on Bedden Road to look for the bourbon, right?
I did.
You're not a big drinker, is that fair to say?
That is fair to say.
You went to that store because you were familiar with it?
I'd seen it close to my house, so
Close to your old house.
close to my old house.
There could have been liquor stores that were closer to your current house?
Sure.
Now, when you drove to ABC Liquor, you tried to go through Trescott. Is
I
that
did.
fair to say?
It was blocked.
There are other ways to go to ABC Liquor, right? You could have gone down other roads.
I don't have the best sense of direction, so when I find a route, I just kind of keep using that route. I don't look for something else.
Okay.
I'm just a girl. I'm just a little girl. When I find something, I stick to me driving. I don't drive often. I'm not much of a driver. Me, little old me.
You got to Mosaic at around 1 p.m.
That sounds right.
and your lunch was interrupted by Investigator Isom, who told you that something had happened.
That's right.
You went with him voluntarily to speak
did.
with him? You let police search your car?
Yes.
You were interviewed with the investigator from approximately 2:45 p.m. until 7:50 p.m.?
Yes.
He told you that your ex-husband had been shot and was unlikely to survive, right?
Yes.
You were in shock.
Yes.
You were pretty open with police, telling them a lot of things, right?
They kept telling me they needed my help, and so I kept trying to help.
Now, you remember on direct, Ms. Kappelman asked you about this interview.
Yes.
And she asked you about all the people you mentioned during the interview, including Charlie.
Yes.
And you said I was just wheeling off names, right?
Yes.
In fact, isn't the first person in the interview that you mentioned was yourself?
Yes.
You said that you would understand if you were viewed as the prime suspect, right?
Yes.
Before you mentioned anyone else, you mentioned yourself.
Yes.
You told them about the motion to relocate.
I did.
You told them about the fight you had with Professor Markel that very morning about some swimming for the boys.
Yes.
You were spitting out a lot of ideas.
I was.
And you agreed to let the police search your phone.
Yes.
You agreed to let the police search your car.
Yes.
That's where they found that picture that I wasn't able to admit of the invitation of the bowl of bourbon, right?
Yeah.
You agreed to be fingerprinted.
Yes.
You agreed to be checked for gunshot residue.
Yes.
You gave them your computer to be searched.
I did.
Towards the end of your interview, you asked the police officer if you could call your parents, right?
I did.
And the police allowed you to do that.
Yes.
And you called your mother's cell phone sometime around 7:04 p.m.
Yes.
And you spoke to your mom. I don't know if you remember, but you remember your dad being in the shower because they were going out to dinner.
I don't remember.
Your mom didn't answer actually the first call, and you called back a couple minutes later and she answered. Do you recall that?
I don't.
And when you called your mom, she was surprised.
Yes.
And you asked her to call Charlie and tell him what happened, right?
Yes.
You didn't speak with Charlie that day, right?
I don't think so.
On July 19th, the next day, you spoke to Charlie at 10:50 in the morning. You won't know the exact time, but do you recall speaking with him in the morning?
I honestly don't.
Do you recall letting him know that Professor Markel had passed away in the early morning?
It's like, this is my life now, just doing testimony. Well, soon your life is going to be in the same spot as Charlie is in this trial and where Donna is currently. I really believe they're going to arrest her immediately after Donna gets sentenced.
I don't remember the conversation.
Let's just be real here. Donna's going to prison.
When your parents came directly to Tallahassee, correct?
They did.
They stopped in Orlando, and they got there on the morning of the 19th, right?
Yes.
And when they got there, they were scared and frantic, right?
Yes.
Your dad didn't sleep. He couldn't get police protection, so he planted his chair in the front of your window to make sure that no one was going to come to your house and shoot it up, right?
Correct.
Now, you all attended a memorial service on the 20th, right?
Yes.
This bag's under his eyes, dude.
And you arranged for the Markells to see the boys after the memorial service, right?
They all came over my house.
And you left Tallahassee, correct?
Not on the 20th. No.
On the 21st.
Yes.
And when you left Tallahassee on the 21st, did you bring all your belongings?
I brought some swimsuits for the boys and some pajamas, and I thought we'd be back in a day or two.
And when you left, you were not yourself.
I was a mess.
You got to South Florida and you realized that you could not take care of the boys alone at this point in time.
I hadn't slept in days, and I was terrified.
To get a little more specific, you wouldn't leave the house.
No.
And you would hardly eat.
I wasn't eating, no.
And ultimately, you decided not to come back to Tallahassee.
I mean, I made that decision much later, but
And you had a friend who you grew up with, I think last name Keener, go back and get more stuff at your house, right?
he did.
Now, it's been said in this courtroom that you have tried to erase Professor Markell's memory from your boy's life. Is that true?
It's not true.
For the
That's
first
true.
2
Come
years after the murder,
That's
Did
about as
you
obvious as
limit
anything
Professor
I've seen,
Markell's
quite
family from
frankly.
seeing the boys.
Absolutely not.
In fact, they had complete access to the boys, right?
100%.
They made dinners with the boys.
I cooked dinner for them, yes. Every time they visited.
There were sleepovers and play dates.
That's right.
There was no animosity at all, right?
No?
And then in October of 2016, things changed, right?
Yes.
A letter was released where there was a suggestion that Professor Markell's mom was talking to the state about arranging custody for the boys in case you got arrested.
Yes.
And you saw that as a betrayal.
Well, the custody was foster care, so yes.
You saw that as her thinking that you killed her son.
Yes.
And as a result of that, rightly or wrongly, you decided to limit their access.
I was afraid they were going to put my children in foster care.
God, the sneeze is coming back.
Do your children know anything about their father?
They know a lot about their dad.
Do they have a picture of him in their bedroom?
Each boy has a picture of them and their dad over their bed that we say good morning to and good night to every day.
Is that true?
Did you benefit from Professor Markell's death?
No.
I don't believe that.
Well, you got to live in South Florida.
It's not a benefit.
How are your boys doing?
They're doing very well. Thank you.
How has your job prospects been since this case hit the news?
Objection, relevance.
How are you doing?
Objection, relevance.
Has this affected your life negatively or positively?
Negatively.
Does Charlie love his nephews?
Very much.
May I have one moment, Your Honor? Thank you, Ms. Adelson. I have no further questions.
I'm gonna get Georgia back up here to finish out strong, baby. Everyone in here today, thank you so much. This has been very interesting and very fun, quite frankly, to watch Wendy up here get grilled by Georgia, and then, you know, Rashbaum trying to play nice and try to make her look as good as possible, which is complete opposite of what we're seeing in Donna's trial when Wendy was up here with her, with Donna's new attorneys. You know, they're not really being as nice as Rashy is here. So the vibe has changed with the Adelson.
The long list of plans that you went over with Mr. Rashbaum that you were going to have in Tallahassee post murder date, none of those plans happened, right?
No,
Because you moved to South Florida, right?
I don't know.
because I felt unsafe.
It's a good question because, yeah, we know that he's going to be called up to testify. So, yeah, it's got to be. Do you think that the state is going? Well, didn't the state rested Friday? So I think that it's going to be the defense that brings him up. Just when is the question, right?
Safe to stay here, yes.
And did you feel safe in South
That's
Florida?
right, baby. Yeah.
No,
Did you buy a house in Tallahassee after the murder?
no, I did not.
Did you rent a house in Tallahassee after the murder?
No, I didn't live in Tallahassee after the murder.
Did the boys go to school that fall here in Tallahassee?
No, all our plans were broken.
And what was the purpose of those questions? Of course you didn't. You moved to South Florida. You didn't have plans in Tallahassee that got executed. Why were you asked about all those things?
I don't know why I was asked questions by the defense counsel.
The book event that you were asked about, did that event happen?
I didn't speak at the event, but the event still happened.
Have you had several events related to that book that have happened?
I have.
And what events were those?
Do you mean just in Tallahassee or do you mean in other places?
Everywhere.
I've spoken at various schools about human trafficking and about my book. I think there was one event that still happened in Tallahassee about a year later.
And is that the only book you've written, or have you written more than one book?
I've only written one book.
What was the book about?
The book was about human trafficking and about the vulnerabilities that lead to trafficking, the problems when it occurs, and basically how to recover from it after.
Where was the book set?
It was set in a fictional town,
What was the name of the fictional town?
Hiawassee Springs.
So Hiawassee. Is it located in the panhandle of Florida?
No, I used to see the name when I was driving from Tallahassee to Orlando, so it's somewhere in between.
And was the place modeled after Tallahassee?
It was definitely somewhere in Florida, but not supposed to be about Tallahassee, no.
Who was the central character in that book?
So there's three central characters. One was one of my clients, kind of a composite character from Eastern Europe. One was kind of a composite character of many clients I've represented from Latin America. And one was a public interest lawyer.
And was the public interest lawyer Lily?
Yes.
And is that the character that was sort of based after yourself?
No, really more based after a friend of mine.
And was Hiawassee, Florida, quote, just a small stop on the way back to what we had previously known as civilization? Is that a quote from your book?
That sounds like a quote from my book, yeah.
And who's the husband of Lily, the public interest lawyer?
You want his name in the book?
Yes.
I think it was Josh Stone.
All right, and what was Josh's employment?
Josh was an English professor.
I'm sorry, what was your answer?
Josh was an English professor.
A professor, where did he teach?
It's been a while. I wrote the book over 10 years ago. I don't remember what I named the university in the in the
North
story.
Florida State University,
That sounds right.
NFSU.
NFSU sounds right, yeah.
All right, and in the book, does Lily lament, quote, we moved to this godforsaken place for Josh's career?
Yes, that sounds like a line Lily would say.
All right. When you looked at page 187 of the divorce document on cross, and I'll hand that back to you.
Dude, she's awesome to watch. I really enjoy her.
This is actually my
Sharp.
copy. Just come back to 187. see the quote that you read previously from that page?
I don't.
Okay. It had to do with, if I can find it, that you were very unhappy in the marriage. I think it's the third paragraph there.
I see that line.
Okay, the wife has been very unhappy in the marriage and files her petition for dissolution of marriage in August 2012. The husband continues to characterize this as abandonment, and then it goes on to say that he had been disparaging you to some of the folks at the law school. Do you remember reading that?
I do.
Was that intended to be the place in this binder where you allege emotional abuse by your husband?
I mean, I think it's emotionally abusive to suggest somebody has mental health issues.
Okay. What is the prof's blog? You were asked about that in the previous.
Yeah, it was a blog that Danny started with some of his colleagues to kind of promote community in the law professor world.
And who reads the prof's?
Probably
Prof's blog.
other law professors and people interested in becoming law professors.
Who is on the Crim Prof listserv?
I don't know.
Were you on the listserv for that prof's blog?
I may have been on the listserv at some point.
Do you remember seeing the post that you were shown on Cross?
I do.
And the post says something about Danny and I are planning to attend a conference that will begin Sunday, July 20th. Is there any other information on what you were shown about Dan's travel plans post-murder other than that?
I'm sorry, can you please repeat the question?
The post says, Danny and I guess it's another professor writing this thing. Danny and I are planning to attend a conference that will begin Sunday, July 20th. Is that the type of information that he would typically have on something like the prof's blog or Facebook?
That sounds right.
Okay, but as far as the date he's leaving, the
not
flight
great.
he's on, that kind of stuff, would that
They've been
typically
pretty,
be on the prof's blog?
pretty-
He wouldn't put what flight number he was on, but he would almost always communicate when he was going on a trip.
Okay, so going to a conference that starts July 20th might be an example.
Flying to New York tomorrow would be an example,
But
not,
he didn't
not
put,
a flight number.
But he didn't put flying to New York tomorrow on this occasion.
No.
You were referenced several times, not on direct examination by the state, but by your brother's attorney on cross as a co-conspirator. Are you charged in this case?
No.
This isn't your trial, is it?
No.
Yet.
Is your brother charged with conspiring with you to do a murder?
No.
Is he charged with conspiring with you to plan a murder?
No.
Is he charged with soliciting you to do a murder?
No.
Who is he charged with doing those things with?
I don't think anyone.
Have you had an opportunity to review his indictment in this case?
I have not.
You had an opportunity to take a look at that document yourself. Who is your brother
Prison Charlie
alleged
up
to
on
have
the
done
screen.
these crimes with?
Prison Charlie,
Catherine
ladies and
D.
gentlemen.
Magbanoa.
Were you on the wire in this case, Ms. Adelson?
No.
So when the bump happened, are you familiar with the event I'm referencing as the bump?
I am no.
When law enforcement approached your mother on the street and handed her a piece of paper?
Yes.
Okay. When that occurred, who did your mother call?
I don't know.
Not you, right?
Not me.
Okay. And once your brother found out about the
I don't know. But you know about the bump, so...
bump, did he call you about it?
No.
Who did he call?
I don't know.
Well, you listened to the calls to authenticate the voices, didn't you?
Just to hear the voices, not to hear the content of the calls.
Okay. And the voices were your brother's voice, right?
But I listened to the calls just to hear who was on them, so I don't know what content they're referencing.
I heard your answer. My question to you now is, your brother's voice was on the calls.
He was on some of the calls I listened to.
Your mother's voice was on the calls.
She was on some of the calls I listened to.
Did you have any secret meetings with your brother post bump that happened in South Florida?
No.
You were asked about Jeffrey Lacasse and the way that your relationship ended. What is OkCupid?
OkCupid is a dating website.
Were you on that dating website?
I was.
Were you on that dating website at the time that you were dating Mr. Lacasse?
No, I wasn't.
And were you speaking, so I guess if you weren't on it, you weren't speaking to multiple men from the website during the time you were dating Mr. Lacasse. And I'll remind you that you provided your phone in this case, and it was cell-brighted, downloaded.
Objection, Your Honor. Argument.
Argument that is denied as to improper impeachment is sustained. The jury is to disregard the last comment from the prosecutor. Go ahead.
Didn't you just say that you weren't on OkCupid at the time that you were dating Jeffrey Lacasse?
I don't know when we say I officially stopped dating Jeff Lacasse, but there's a chance that, I don't remember in 2014 whether I had gotten the app and started talking to people before we officially broke up.
Okay, so my point is there's a
So you're a whore! You're a lying, dirty whore!
chance that he was right. You were being unfaithful, or at least talking to other people. He had a reason to be jealous.
I think he had some serious jealousy issues that may or may not have been founded.
Yeah.
But you were talking to people on an app while dating Jeff Lacrosse, so that you...
I think we got from your testimony that you believe he had serious jealousy issues. My question to you is, did he have a reason to be?
No.
So he was wrong.
He was wrong in June when he accused me of being with multiple people that I wasn't with, yes.
Okay. What was wrong with Dan's mother trying to make arrangements for the kids in the event of your arrest? Wasn't that a kind thing to do?
I don't think it's kind to put my children in foster care.
Wasn't the foster care intended only to cover the time frame that it would take for her to get on a plane and get here?
She never said that.
You thought she was just going to leave them in foster care?
I didn't know what to think. They have a mother. They don't need to be in foster care.
But they wouldn't have a mother in the event of your arrest, Ms. Adelson. Wasn't that the intention of the email?
I don't know what the intent of the email was. I was not going to be arrested for a crime I didn't commit.
She didn't know that, though, did she?
I don't know what she knows or doesn't know. I can't speak to that.
Do Dan's parents know whether you committed this crime or not?
I don't know how to answer that question.
How would they? Particularly back at the time that she sent that
Dude,
email.
Georgia
It was fresh
rules.
at that time, right?
I'm sorry, what was fresh?
All the events that were occurring, the arrests.
That was 2 years after Danny's murder. I don't know what she knew or didn't know. I know that my children don't belong in foster care.
Was it a specific foster care that she was requesting be called in the event that the children had no place to go and were going to be going into the custody of the state?
She did suggest a specific foster care agency,
A Jewish-run foster care agency.
a Jewish foster care.
How many times have the kids visited Dan's parents since this murder?
Many. It'd be hard to count.
Countless times?
Countless times.
How many times have they seen him in the last year?
We had a visit with Danny's dad and the boy's cousin this summer. We've had a lot of Skype visits. They do live in Canada, so it makes it a little bit harder to have in-person visitation. But every time they've asked for it, we've arranged it.
Every time they've asked for a visit, you've arranged it.
Yes, ma'am.
How many times have they seen him in the last 5 years?
Again,
Countless?
as in the last 5 years, that overlaps with the time when they tried to put them in foster care. So since we've established Since we've reestablished relations, we've seen them about twice a year whenever they come down to Florida.
So in the last 5 years, they've seen him how many times? 2 or 3 times a year?
About that.
Has this been a major issue between you and Dan Markel's parents? This issue of them having access to the kids?
The issue of them trying to put them in.
Yeah, hold on. This guy right here, that is Dan Markel's dad right there. And I think being blocked out directly behind Georgia is the mother.
Dan Markel's parents? This issue of them having access to the kids?
The issue of them trying to put them in foster care is a major issue.
No, ma'am, that's
yes.
not my question.
I'm sorry.
Hasn't the issue of them trying to get access to your kids been a major issue? At least for them.
Since they tried to put the children in foster care, yes. Before that, it was not a problem.
Are you familiar with their work across the street at the legislature trying to get bills passed to give grandparents rights to see kids?
I'm familiar with their grandparents' legislation, but it's actually unconstitutional.
Okay. Are you mad? Are you angry that according to your brother's theory, he and your mom have known who killed your children's father since 2014, and you weren't told who it was?
I'm more angry that somebody killed my children's father.
So you're not mad about that they knew this whole time? That's what they're saying.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
That's the theory of the defense in this case, is that he's known the whole time. Your brother's known what happened to Dan. Does that make you angry?
I'm angry about so many things, it's hard to
Is that one of them?
separate them.
Well, try.
I'm confused. It's hard to process.
And apparently, according to his lawyer, these killers had threatened to kill your brother's family members as well. Did you hear that?
I did hear that.
And that would be you, right?
It would.
Were you told that a specific threat had been made by the same people that had killed your ex-husband to kill your brother's family members?
I was not told.
Would that have been information you would have liked to know back in 2014?
Yes.
Would you have made the same decision to move down to South Florida, closer to the killers?
No, I would not.
And even after the killers were arrested in 2016, you weren't told that that's what was going on the whole time.
I found out yesterday.
No further questions.
Puzzle
Members of the jury are being instructed to disregard the comment of the witness as to
We made it to a wheel spin, ladies and gentlemen, this morning. Thanks everyone for hanging out.
You may
Let's
step
give away
down.
some goodies.
Will Miss Adelson be
Wendy
recalled at
is
any point?
done. That was so interesting and intriguing.
Looking to both of you. Will she be recalled at any point?
That's possible, Judge. I'd ask that she remain under the rule, but she's free to go about her business.
Have a good day, ma'am. Please call your next witness.
Woo! We're going to be going in Tuesday over to Officer Brannon. We're going to start Jeff Lacrosse probably that night. So Tuesday is going to be very interesting also, folks. So all new folks that are in here subbed up, thank you very much. Make sure you have the bell clicked. You do not want to miss the future of this trial. I know it's an old trial from 2023, but it's still very interesting to watch and then also compare to what's happening now with Donna. So yeah, everyone, right now we are going to give away some magnets. We're going to give away some Hell Yeah magnets, some Murder Church magnets, and a coaster, and I think I've got a Publicly Buzzed sticker as well. And I sent out a few things on Friday, but I've still got to play some catch up as well this week coming up. But right now, we're going to do that. Let me turn off my green screen so we can see everything properly. Boom! Now there's the green screen. But here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, good luck to everybody. Oh my God, Bluebird. Holy shit. Bluebird, if Bluebird is on the wheel, she freaking wins, dude. Holy crap. Bluebird isn't in here this morning, but she needs to buy lottery tickets. She wins the wheel so freaking often, it's crazy. I've got Bluebird. Okay, I just sent something out for Bluebird. She got the shirt. She's got some goodies coming and more goodies coming. My God, Bluebird, seriously, is the MVP of the wheel. Holy shit, that's awesome. Well, hell yeah, everybody. Thank you all for coming through here. Again, you're going to be, I have a lot of stuff still coming, so keep your eyes peeled on what I'm going to be doing later. I'm going to be on Joe Schmo's channel today at 2:45ish. All right, Bob Bonna's going to be on there. He's going to have a bunch of guests. He's celebrating his 1-year anniversary of streaming, and he's been killing it this year, dude. He's been doing a stupendous job. He's got good guests all the time. He does multiple trials. He does boots on the ground. He was there for Lori Vallow, and he is kicking YouTube's ass and True Crime's ass, and it's really fun to see. And it's really cool that I've connected with him. He'll come on Feral Fridays, and it's awesome. This will be my first time joining on his stream. So today at 2:45ish for that. Hopefully I can get my allergies in check by then. And then at 4:45ish today, if anybody's not following my second channel, Wrestle Plunge, make sure you do so. If you search Wrestle Plunge on YouTube, I have a video dropping on there today at 4:45, and then tonight at 6 Eastern, every Sunday on the Wrestle Plunge channel, I go live and we play old school wrestling. Currently, we go through the year 1989, watching some old Memphis wrestling. It's goofy, it's fun, we have a lot of fun doing it, and we're up to episode 17. So everybody that came through here, we've already got another wheel rocking and rolling. And that wheel is going to be for a t-shirt giveaway. And if you go to publiclybuzz.com, you will see all the cool merch that I got on there. Somebody's going to get a free shirt coming soon. So we're going to keep working on that as well. And again, everyone this morning, thank you very much. Absolutely amazing morning. Josh coming in here late. I see you, buddy. Yeah, for all the new folks, I appreciate it, guys. But yeah, when you get over to Joe's, hit the like, let him know that Publicly Buzz sent you, and I will see you guys on his channel today about 2:45ish to 3 o'clock. Let's go. Love you guys. And then Tuesday, come back here, Murder Church, 8 Eastern, and we're going to be going into Jeff LaCrosse. Let's go.
Nothing to see here, please.